Hey guys, welcome to our review of Mashin Sentai Kiramager, episode 14? 14! Wow, we're there! As always, I'm your host, President Stratos. Here with me today we have...
Cinder Blaze.
Hi, dude! Welcome back with a wonderful smolder to the camera. Before we get started, just wanted to mention that there are links in the description down below to where you can help the Black Lives Matter movement. Still, because it's still happening, it's still going on, it still matters. Go down there, sign petitions, man. Do that if you can, and then also donate if you can. But with that said, let's dive into our review and then head into your thoughts. And I thought we got done with Silver's like, oh, but I don't want to be part of a team yet, over pretty quick. Like, it would have been neat to dwell on that for maybe another episode, but I do appreciate sort of like all the backstory that we got from it.
I don't know. I hated that backstory. Garzer's walks in a room, do that by yourself, and you're just like, like, what, did that traumatize him for years to come? Like, come on. He was probably like 16, 17, like, he was old enough for that not to be like that significant for him. And I just think that them handling it in 2 episodes was good, because like I think he just works with them as a team pretty well. Like he's already like Mabushina's like, you know, older brother. He's like already kind of connected into the team. He just was away for a while. So when he kind of like comes back and is with the other Kiramagers, there's like no reason for him not to be part of the team. Like they have to like really stretch it for him to be like separate from them. And I think that Garza is trying to like sneak in some stuff there, like, hey, you know, Jotunheim is pretty neat, and you know, all that treasure hunting he's doing, like maybe that's a factor, but they didn't like dive into that. So
I just feel like the mentality that he's stuck with of being a loner, I still just feel like that's more ingrained into like who he is, because like, you know, he probably talked to him about that years ago, well before he turned on Crystalia, and him being a loner probably, you know, is just part of him. And to see him so quickly give it up and give in to becoming friends with a bunch of new people, it was nice to see, absolutely. But I still feel like maybe one more episode would have done it a little bit more good.
I don't know, because like in his debut episode, he kind of just like gets Pink and just goes treasure hunting with her.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably not his debut, maybe the one after, but like he was already kind of comfortable working with people, so it just felt like a natural kind of like thing for him to do. And I think that like his backstory as like a loner just probably wasn't strong enough that they wanted to like kind of like delve into it. Like maybe he's gonna like branch off in his own later, because I feel like that I can like understand a little bit more. But like for right now, with this kind of dynamic the team kind of has, just stick with them. I mean, like, he feels like really good in the team just because he's so much stronger than all of them.
Yeah.
So you just like, he's a bit of a show off as well. So I think like him being in this position kind of makes him sparkle a little bit. You know?
I mean, I do think that he will find, because we see him now sort of discovering friendship, so I don't think we'll drop the whole loner act, or at least like certain loner tendencies. It was just strange to see him like get friendly too quick. Yeah, that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he's only friendly towards Pink because of reasons, and then like Red was kind of like sticking on him, and I think he just kind of like, fine, because he kind of won him over through his actions.
He declared, but I have 5 friends now, and I do get that, like, oh hey, Tamatomo sent Shovelo, and that was really sweet, and the was it Tamatomo Sentai.
Yeah.
That was great to see them back. I also really appreciated how they used the new mecha this week, because it was relevant to the plot, and things that they picked up throughout the episode informed a lot of what made that stone what it was. Like, they saw a dump truck, he is dump truck now. They saw a vacuum, he is vacuum now. And both those things were helpful to the story in some way. Like, both those aspects. Though it did not really help that the old lady lost her entire business.
That sucked, and they didn't go back to it.
They didn't.
They just sucked that shit up in a dump truck and chucked it at the enemy.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the old lady was.
That was a very neat catch you got during the episode when you were saying it reminded you of, I think it was like episode 1 of Go Kaiju when they transformed into Go Ranger and kicked around the football.
Yeah, that turned into the dump truck.
yeah, the football turned into the dump truck, but this time the dump truck provided the ball for them to like smack around, and it was neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, very neat catch.
Yeah, fun villain also. I love these really stupid ones. Like, he's just a train dude.
Yeah.
He just keeps on chugging.
Also, speaking of trains, I really appreciate that since Silver doesn't technically have his mecha yet, like, or he doesn't have his stone yet. He has like a mecha to augment a stone, but he doesn't have something that stands up and fights yet. So he uses the Zord that they just sort of got earlier, and that's really neat. The fact that they can just jump around into these things, I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I thought that was an absolutely good fit, and on top of that, it's like, I don't know if there's any sort of symbolism here, but it's like taking back the strength from his or using the strength of his friends to take back what he had lost from Garza, right? Or taking something away from Garza that hurt him, and that what was hurting him was his control over him, telling him, hey, you're better on your own. And that just wasn't true.
Yeah.
So I thought that was, I don't know if that was symbolism they were trying, if it was intentional, or if they just said, hey, Silver, go in robot now, do it. And they just needed a robot for him to do that in. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not gonna overthink it too much.
Yeah, that's fair. I deeply enjoyed this episode, as I do with most Kiramager episodes. Do you have anything else, though, before we head into comments?
No, I'm good.
All right, cool. Let's take a look at some of your guys' thoughts on this episode. First comment coming from... Oh, first and only comment. No, there are two. Why would you show me there's one comment when there are two? All right. First one, Dustin Smith says, man, 14 good episodes. That's definitely a record that we've been lacking in Sentai for some time. Steam Locomotive Mask is inspired by a Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger monster of the week, Locomotive Mask. Interesting. That's cool. Also, I find it awesome that Judo went out of his way to help Takemichi get his changer back, especially with the clever way of introducing Mashin Duston. Judo's definitely one nice problem solver. Also, I'm looking forward to Tarantula taking action against the Kiramagers for the first time in the next episode. Sweet. I did not know about that Locomotive Mask connection, mostly because who watched Go Ranger? Where do you even find that, man? Let us know. But yeah, that's cool. That's a really neat connection, and I wonder if that even at all ties back to the thing that Alex and I were talking about with the homage to the Go Kaijus doing it. If Go Kaijus
they were doing it in Go Rangers. Yeah, they're doing it in Go Rangers form, so it makes sense.
I don't know what the exact thing that they were hinting at, but if there is a connection there, I'd like to know about it. And the last comment coming from Yuki Miyazaki saying, another fun Sentai episode with Takemichi finally coming to realize that in this world we need that friendship, power, goodness to succeed. I love Judo's take on handling this issue too, although it was a bit comical, but hey, it got the job done. Overall, good episode, even with a lack of progression from Yoran Forces. It's still nice that we spend time on the main cast. Next episode will be interesting since the mouth baddie will get into action. I want to see how he fare against Kiramagers, and hopefully he wasn't just comic relief villain. You know what? I was not even paying attention to the outro. I didn't even know the red-faced person was gonna walk out of the wet place and into the fight.
I didn't expect him to be a fighter, you know?
Yeah, I just expected him to, like, stand there and be wet and evil.
Yeah, he's kind of like the hamster from Hurricaneger, except evil.
Yeah.
Not white. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for your comments. Really appreciate that. But that's it for our look at this episode. Tell us what you thought in the comments down below about our thoughts, about your thoughts, about our thoughts, about
your thoughts, about our thoughts, about everyone's thoughts
about this episode. And guys, don't forget, there are still links in the description down below where you can go help support the Black Lives Matter movement. Whatever you do, as long as you do it, it absolutely helps. And hey, keep it juicy.
Yep. See ya.
I have a lot of Batmans now. I just got like +2, 3 Batman. I got a Batwoman, Kate Kane.